Hey everyone, this is Leo Chang, Design Director for Nike Basketball. I'm here to talk to you guys about the Elite Series 2.0 for this season's playoffs. So in general, when we talk about Elite Series, last year we really kicked it off with the notion of taking the best and making it even better, you know? And so this time around, we really focused it around our three signature guys, bringing KD into the mix. And you know, with that, we want to make sure that for the playoff time, these guys have the best of the best product, you know, the highest performance level footwear we can possibly make. So this time around, you know, we'll continue on with the playoff colorway of, you know, the gold, trophy gold with the kind of premium neutrals, but then we'll also bring to life this superhero story, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But starting off with LeBron, this time around, going to playoffs, what Jason and team have kind of started with was really the idea of going a little bit lower in the collar height, which is something that LeBron's been asking for, but still providing some great sort of ankle protection and padding around the ankle for sort of just that proprioceptive feel of support. And so along with that, you know, really also taking away a lot of the layers in the upper from the 10 so that there's a lot more mesh, it's a lot more breathable, a lot more flexible, the fit is a lot better. And then what you also find is a continuation of where our carbon fiber story was on the 9, and so what you see here is actually a tuned carbon fiber that goes from a really rigid kind of structural geometry to something that actually is a little more flexible and conformable around the ankle. So what's cool is you see all these kind of ridges here in that carbon fiber. Those are the most kind of supportive elements. And you also see it in the front here too. But as you get to the ends here where you want it to actually wrap and move around the ankle, they actually flex a lot more. So that's pretty cool. That was actually a pretty big challenge for this product, was to get that carbon fiber to be engineered to go from a softer, more pliable sort of flex to a stiffer, more rigid element. And you'll see the continuation of the zoom that we also had on the 10, and that just kind of carries over. And then something that we may not be kind of playing up as much this time around, but it's still there for performance reasons, is Kevlar. So we use that now for the first time in the core of the Flywire cable. So again, it provides the most sort of high tensile strength for the best lockdown. So last year I kind of talked a little bit about how the benefits of Kevlar, and you know, when you look at a Kevlar yarn, it's about 1% to 2% stretch versus a conventional nylon yarn is like 20 to 30% stretch. So you can already kind of see or can imagine what that can do to lock down really the foot over the footbed. And then with that, this time around, we've introduced a KD to the mix, and really, like, this is his first kind of foray in there, and so really asking him what he wanted in a playoff shoe, and that really was started with him being like, I want to be lower, I want to go low again with collar height, and also lighter and lower to the ground in terms of underfoot feel. So starting with the top, obviously the collar height went down, so really great sort of range of motion around the ankle. And then when you look at the counter, we've reinforced it with this carbon fiber in the heel. You can also see that the sort of 3D geometry of the 3.5 logo in the back there. So again, this really helps to sort of provide this race car kind of seat kind of feel where it's really hugging the heel nicely. It's not sloppy and loose. So when you're in there, like, your heel's locked in and not moving. And then in the upper, we've upgraded from the 5, the conventional kind of hyperfused construction, to a Flywire that has Kevlar in there, upper construction. And then in the tongue as well, across all the models, they have a sort of this dynamic articulated foam tongue padding. So it's kind of inspired by our Pro Combat type of apparel product that a lot of our players like to wear. Just gives that feeling of protection and toughness. And then as you get to the bottom, you'll also notice a difference here. In the back is that on the regular 5, we had the Air Max bag. And this time around, we actually are incorporating a cage zoom. So you get a lot more responsive, low to the ground, and also this integration of the stability around the bag, so you're not rolling over too much, but also this stability and rigidity in the midfoot so that the shoe doesn't bend there. And then we still have the zoom in the front as well. So on the Kobe, the Kobe 8 really kicked off, one of the more all-over mesh type of shoes that we've ever done in Nike basketball. And so we want to continue that kind of sock-like kind of feel that the 8 had, but also, again, bring back the notion of this more race car kind of seat fit, something that really hugs you and supports you and locks you in the forefoot. So we have, again, this Kevlar dynamic flywire in the front. And then we have sort of that Pro Combat inspired articulated foam tongue. And then the carbon fiber, again, swapping out the injection molded TPU counter with this carbon fiber counter. And because the system of the Kobe allows you to really swap out your cushioning system easily, this one actually comes with a zoom and Cushlon setup, zoom heel, so really gives you that nice sort of underfoot heel impact protection, but that really nice soft cushy ride in the forefoot. All these models will also have in the black, white, gold colorways, Nike Plus across all of them as well. So that's the main difference between our superhero pack and also the sort of premium gold pack as well. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about the superhero stuff. So this season, we wanted to really talk about our this notion of superheroes. And when we looked at it, it was really about not necessarily taking classic superheroes that have already been created in comic books, but in the eyes of our consumer and the basketball players like LeBron, KD, and Kobe, they are superheroes. They in a lot of our fans' eyes, like they are greater than human in some ways. And so for us, we wanted to sort of have some fun with that story this time around, and sort of talk about if they had superpowers, what would they be? And starting with LeBron, we talked about him as his power would be indestructibility, and even the layering of the story that we started with the 10 with the Diamond collection. The diamond is really, it's a tough, durable material, but even within the diamond, type, there's a carbonado diamond that is the ultimate sort of toughest diamond out there. In some ways, the mythical story is that they're not even from Earth, they're from space. So that notion of this sort of superhuman, super out of this world kind of properties, and then so the graphic that you see on the inside here is really this sort of abstract sort of way to express this indestructible sort of explosive power that LeBron possesses. With KD, when I asked him like, hey, if you had a superpower, what would it be? He said, I want to be as fast as lightning. So we kind of took his approach around just lightning speed. And you see that with this sort of electric kind of yellow, the Vault yellow that really represents that sort of the lightning quickness. With Kobe, over 17 plus years of playing in the league, his game has adapted greatly. And one of the things that we thought was kind of cool was that, a lot of other players in the league may not possess is just his vision, not only his vision when we work with him on product, but his vision in terms of playing against an opponent. He can see through people. He can see their next move because he's dissected the game so well, and so for us, it's about like this Mamba vision, being able to see through things, this X-ray kind of vision. So you see that graphic of this sort of X-ray skeletal snake graphic on the inside that represents that. And then, when you talk about superheroes, a lot of times you see in the movies like the Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men, whatever it is. Those guys, when they come together, they actually have like a team kind of uniform or something that ties them all together. And so we wanted to have that same notion. So that's why on each of these 3 models, you have the color blue. And that's the thing that kind of connects them all. And with each, they actually have their own kind of pop color. So LeBron is the sort of neon orange. KD is the neon yellow. And with Kobe, it's the electric green. And that really kind of rounds out the whole superhero story. So once again, this is Leo Chang. Just want to give you guys a little inside scoop on the Elite Series 2.0. Look forward to the Nike Plus sort of gold pack dropping on 420, and the Superheroes pack to drop on 427.